I exposed our family's past at school. My parents had one rule that made zero sense. We could never talk about where we lived before moving here when I was 7. If someone asked, I was supposed to say we moved around a lot for Dad's job and change the subject. Every time I pushed back, my mom would get this terrified look, and my dad would leave the room for hour-long phone calls. I'm 16 now, and I was failing history class. We had a family heritage project worth 30% of our grade, and everyone was bringing in old photos and talking about their grandparents. I had nothing. When I asked my parents for baby pictures, my mom said we lost everything in a storage unit fire. I asked my dad separately, and he said it was a flood. They couldn't even get their lies straight. Mr. Reed told me I'd have to repeat junior year if I didn't do this project, so I went digging while my parents were at work. My dad kept a box in the back of his closet that he told me never to touch. Inside were newspaper clippings, court documents, and a photo of my dad that looked exactly like a mugshot. The articles were about a fraud case from 12 years ago. My dad's name was in there, testifying against his former business partner who stole millions from elderly people. I felt sick. My dad helped steal from old people and then snitched to save himself. That's why we moved. That's why we changed our last name, which I confirmed when the court papers showed a different name than what's on our mailbox. They made me lie to everyone for 9 years because they were ashamed criminals. I took pictures of everything on my phone. I was furious they'd been hiding this and making my life harder just to cover up their past. I put together a slideshow with the newspaper articles and court documents. I titled it The Family Secret to make it engaging like Mr. Reed wanted. Friday came and I got up to present. I said my real last name used to be different and my dad was involved in a major fraud case where he testified against dangerous criminals. I showed the mugshot. I showed the headlines. I said I only just found out and my parents had been lying to me for almost a decade. Some kids started recording because they thought it was wild drama. Mr. Reed's face went completely white. He stood up and told me to stop immediately and go to the principal's office. I grabbed my stuff and went, thinking he was mad I exposed criminals or thought I was lying. The principal called my parents right away. They both left work and showed up within 20 minutes looking terrified. My mom was crying before she even sat down, which scared me because she never cries. That's when I learned the truth. My dad wasn't the criminal. He was the accountant who discovered his boss was running a fraud scheme and reported it to the FBI. The business partner he testified against had connections to dangerous people who made direct threats against our family during the trial. We were put in witness protection. The name change, the rules, the weird phone calls, everything was because people wanted to hurt us for what my dad did. And I just told a room full of teenagers our real name, our location, and posted documents that could be traced back to us. Within 2 hours, the slideshow was screenshotted and sent to group chats. By night, it was on Instagram and TikTok because someone thought it was crazy drama. Federal marshals showed up Saturday morning. I barely slept because my parents wouldn't look at me. The marshals said we had to relocate again. New city, new names, new everything. I compromised our safety and they couldn't guarantee protection at our current location anymore. We had 1 week to pack. My mom cried for 2 days straight. My dad went silent, packing boxes like a robot. I tried to apologize, but he said sorry, doesn't unshare screenshots or delete posts already saved to hundreds of phones. I destroyed 9 years of safety because I thought they were just being controlling. My best friend Jade texted asking what was happening and why people were saying my family was in witness protection. I blocked everyone because the marshals said any contact put us in danger. We left Tuesday morning. We drove 11 hours to some town in Pennsylvania I'd never heard of and moved into a rental house that smelled like cigarettes. My new name is on a student file at a school I start Monday where I don't know anyone. I'm not allowed to have social media anymore. I can't contact anyone from my old life ever again.